The miracle of life is a mystery, and survival is a challenge that many cannot overcome on their own. According to Statistics.com, there are over 76 million cats in the United States, with countless numbers being orphaned. My name is Wendy, and today Almondine and I are going to demonstrate for you how to hand raise an orphan kitten. First, we're going to start by telling you how to check for fleas, how to keep them warm, how to feed them properly, the elimination process, what to do if they are constipated or dehydrated, and the weaning process. First, we're going to start by checking for fleas. If you find any fleas, you're going to give them a room temperature or just above room temperature bath using Blue Dawn dish soap. Check them for fleas again, and should you find any, you're going to pull them off with tweezers. Put them into rubbing alcohol and or vodka, close it, and discard. You're going to want to keep them warm without using an electric heating pad, because with an electric heating pad, they have a hard time climbing off as newborn babies and can cause severe burns to their underbelly. You're going to want to use a warm, again, warmer than room temperature, water bottle with a towel over top. Next, they're going to want to get fed. Mommy left them, and they're starving. So there's several different kinds of formula. You can use KMR, which is a kitten milk replacement, or there's several different types of multi-species formula, which you can mix. In the mixing process, just make sure you don't leave any lumps, because it won't make it through the bottle. When feeding them from a bottle, you can use a bottle similar to this. It's smaller. And they'll eat about a half a teaspoon every 2 hours. You shake it. Make sure too much doesn't come out. Nothing more than a drop or two should come out, so that way they can't inhale it and they'll still have time to swallow it. If they can't drink out of a bottle, you can also use a syringe, just like this one. And you stick it to the side of their mouth so that they swallow it. And if they don't just inhale it, cause pneumonia. When you're done feeding them, you want to burp them just like it was a baby. And they'll burp after you just pat their backs for just a few minutes. After they burp and they settle down for a few minutes, you're going to have to make them go to the bathroom, just as their mom would in nature. A newborn kitten cannot do it on its own. So you're going to take a clean gauze or cotton, just damp, again warmer than the air, or room temperature, and you're going to rub it in a circular motion until they lose all of their bowels or urinate. In the event that they're constipated and cannot go to the bathroom, you can put a couple of drops of mineral oil or vegetable oil into their bottles, which will help loosen the stools and soften the stools to help them during the elimination process. You should always check for dehydration. You can check that by just grabbing the scruff, and if it snaps back, then they're not dehydrated. And if it doesn't, and it sticks up, then you'll know that they're dehydrated. If they are dehydrated, you could add distilled water or boiled water, which is the same as distilled water, which will get rid of any bacteria in the water, to help rehydrate them. Just add a little extra to their formula. If that doesn't work after a few days, you can always use this, which is just saline solution that you can get from your vet, very cheap, and a syringe, the same as this. A small can would only get about 2 milliliters, and doing this, you would just raise the scruff, and right underneath, you would just insert and inject slowly. At about 4 weeks, you can start the weaning process, just by giving them canned food and continuing with their formula regimen. And in about 6 weeks, you can soften their food with their formula. And about 8 weeks, you can give them hard food along with their formula. And by then, they should be able to tolerate the hard food and the water. In closing, we would like to say, should you find an orphan kitten, we hope that you helped. We hope that we helped you in learning how to raise an orphan kitten. You should know how to check for fleas, keep them warm, feed them, the elimination process, the dehydration process, and the weaning process. With that being said, I'd like to leave you with this famous quote from Paul McCartney. You can judge a man's character by how he treats his fellow animals. Thank you.